Have you ever been there? You're super curious about some huge, fascinating topic, but it feels like you're staring across this massive canyon. On one side is a quick, shallow summary, and on the other is like a PhD-level textbook. That's the knowledge gap. Today, we're going to talk about how to build a bridge right across it.
So on one side of that canyon, you've got the academic fortress. You know, those super dense textbooks just full of jargon. It feels like you need a secret password just to get in. And then, way over on the other side, it's an ocean of bite-sized content that's easy to watch, for sure, but often leaves you feeling, well, kind of empty. You're stuck choosing between a fire hose of information and just a few scattered drops.
So yeah, the big question is, how do we fix this? How do we get that rich, detailed understanding of a really complex subject without having to spend the next decade in a library? And just as important, how do we make it accessible and genuinely engaging?
Well, the solution is to build a new kind of bridge. It's something we call a high-level educational survey. Now, I know that sounds a little formal, but stick with me. It's a carefully crafted journey that's designed to give you the absolute best of both worlds. The best way to think about it is like getting a really, really good map of a huge, complicated city. We're not trying to memorize every single street name. That would be insane. No, it's about understanding the layout of the city, the main districts, the major landmarks, and, this is the key part, how they all connect. It gives you a solid, reliable framework to start with.
To put it simply, it's a crash course for the curious mind. It's designed to give you the big picture, the most important ideas, and the main storyline, all while respecting your time and your intelligence.
Okay, but how does this actually happen? It's not magic, though it can kind of feel like it sometimes. It's all done through the art of synthesis, which is just a fancy way of saying we turn a whole lot of chaos into clarity. So let's pull back the curtain and look at the blueprint for how it's done.
Here's the game plan. First, you have to start with a massive, maybe even intimidating topic. Then comes the deep dive. You go in and you search for the golden threads, the key themes and big narratives that connect everything. And finally, you take those threads and you weave them into a clear, logical story, one piece at a time.
And we're not talking about small stuff here. I mean, think about topics like the governance of AI, or the future of technology, or the entire history of Latin American literature. These are exactly the kinds of massive, complex worlds this method is designed to unlock for you.
So what's the point? What's in it for you? It really all comes down to empowerment. It's about giving you that map to a new world. Because once you have it, once you understand the lay of the land, you can go off and explore on your own, feeling totally confident. Ultimately, when you boil it all down, our entire mission can be summed up with this one single idea: bridging the gap between academic rigor and casual curiosity. That's it. It's about making complex ideas accessible to everyone, without ever dumbing them down.
With an approach like this, you start to realize that no topic is too big, too complex, or too intimidating. The entire universe of knowledge is right there at our fingertips. So, the only question that really matters is, what should we explore next?